Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors announce major Steph Curry injury update. Golden State Warriors superstar Stephen Curry will miss his third straight game on Saturday, November 2nd, against the Houston Rockets after his left ankle was re-evaluated Friday, November 1st, the team announced. But the good news is Curry has been cleared to return to practice, although as a limited participant. According to the Warriors medical bulletin, Curry will be re-evaluated on Sunday, November 3rd. The 36-year-old guard sustained the injury during their 112-104 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers on October 27. Curry first tweaked his left ankle late in the third quarter. He returned 4 minutes into the fourth quarter and quickly aggravated the injury. The MRI results showed no structural damage on Curry's left ankle. In his 16th NBA season, Curry is leading the Warriors in assists, 6.7, and steals, 2.0, while scoring 18.3 points per game on 40.7% three-point shooting. Despite Curry's absence, the Warriors have won their last 2 games by double digits against the injury-riddled New Orleans Pelicans. The Warriors were also without starting forward Andrew Wiggins and key bench piece DeAnthony Melton, who are nursing back injuries. Wiggins is set to return against the Rockets, according to Anthony Slater of The Athletic, while Melton will continue to miss time. The Warriors' medical update also revealed Melton is making good progress. He was re-evaluated also on Friday. He will be re-evaluated again in 1 week. In their absence, Buddy Hield, one of the Warriors' 3 veteran additions, took the scoring mantle, averaging 24.5 points in their twin wins against the Pelicans. While the Warriors have survived Curry's absence with their depth, they still lack a bona fide number 2 star. Their dream trade target, Giannis Antetokounmpo, is rumored to be the next available star in the market as the Milwaukee Bucks are off to a horrific 1-4 start with a bottom 4 net rating, -8.7. CBS Sports national columnist Bill Ryder reported on October 31 that 2 teams are on Antetokounmpo's short list of preferred landing spots should the Bucks trade him. The Warriors are not on the list. Teams are circling, and hopeful, one Western Conference team executive said. "I wouldn't be surprised if it happened by the trade deadline," said a top executive of a team that could be in the mix. An Eastern Conference NBA executive has already heard the places believed to be Giannis would-be preferred destinations. "The teams I've heard are Miami and New York, the Nets, not the Knicks." In February, The Athletic reported trading for Antetokounmpo is their dream scenario, as they have long understood that a star wing next to Curry is their cleanest path back to title contention before Curry's late prime fades. If Antetokounmpo goes elsewhere or stays in Milwaukee, another all-star wing could become available. Warriors linked to $146 million star in potential Kuminga trade. The Golden State Warriors attempted to land Lauri Markkanen and Paul George in the offseason, but weren't able to complete either task. However, 5 games into the regular season, and the Warriors have looked better than most other teams in the league. They sit at 4-1 overall and things seem to be going as planned. This impressive start could make the front office interested in trading for another star to pair with Draymond Green and Steph Curry. If the Warriors believe they could win a championship, finding a third star wouldn't be the worst idea, depending on what they give up. According to Sam Amick of The Athletic, Jimmy Butler is a name to watch for. He reported that the Warriors are more willing than ever to trade Jonathan Kuminga, highlighting that Butler could be a name to watch in a deal involving Kuminga. The end certainly justified the means, 2 Warriors wins during a 4-1 start, but it also served as a reminder that Kuminga would probably be better off elsewhere. To be fair, Kuminga played more minutes and was more productive in those 2 Pelicans games than he had in the previous 3, 28 and 27 minutes, respectively, 17 and 16 points. Yet while rival executives believe the Warriors are more willing than ever to include Kuminga in a trade of significant magnitude, the fact remains that they're setting their sights very high in terms of possible targets, Amick wrote on November 1st. One name to monitor is Jimmy Butler, the 35-year-old Miami Heat star who league sources say drew interest from the Warriors during the offseason and who did not come to terms on an extension. He'll be an unrestricted free agent next summer. The Golden State Warriors' hot start could also lead the front office to not trade for a third star, as they might believe what they have is enough to win a championship. But as Amick alluded, there's a sense that they're looking for a home run trade. Curry and Green, the two Warriors stars, aren't too concerned about adding another player just yet. Green told ESPN's own Young Masuk that if he and Curry are on the court together, the Warriors always have a chance. "As long as we're on the floor, we got a chance," Green said in October. "Once you get in them playoffs, you watch opposing guys fold every day and forget to play basketball. You see that often. All we need is a chance." Green isn't the only one who's made comments about the lack of Warriors moves for a third guy. Head coach Steve Kerr also said it only makes sense to go all in for a franchise-altering player, which Butler could be. "We've added really good players," Kerr told ESPN earlier in October. "We didn't go all in and give away our future at a time where it doesn't really make sense to do that. It makes sense to do that when you've got a chance to go after a franchise-changing player when you're on the cusp of a championship." While Green shared that comment, the idea of adding Butler should intrigue him, as he's a proven playoff star who would bring the toughness that the Golden State Warriors have had over the past decade. He's helped carry the Miami Heat to 2 NBA finals since the COVID year, and while Butler hasn't completed the task of winning it all, he's done everything he can to get his team in that position. Butler has averaged 24.7 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 5.7 assists in his playoff career with the Heat. His $146 million contract could be difficult to match, but the Warriors could get creative and find a way to land the veteran star. Giannis Antetokounmpo to Golden State Warriors claim made amid Miami Heat rumors. Giannis Antetokounmpo's future has become a topic of heavy discussion in recent days. The Milwaukee Bucks have made a 1-5 start to the 2024-25 season, and if things don't improve quickly, the former MVP might look for a way out. The Miami Heat are rumored to be one of his preferred trade destinations alongside the Brooklyn Nets. The Heat showed a lot of trust in their core this summer, but they have not particularly impressed to start off the season either. They have won the games they should win while struggling against contenders like the New York Knicks and Orlando Magic. If things carry on in this fashion, and with the uncertainty around Jimmy Butler's future, it would not be a surprise if the Heat decide to shake things up. If someone like Giannis were to become available, expect the Heat to be in the mix. With all due respect to Butler and what he has done for the franchise, that would be their most high-profile trade since LeBron James. Of course, the Heat would not be the only team in the race to sign Giannis. As reported by Joshua Rogers of TalkSport, according to NBA insiders Zach Lowe and Ramona Shelburne, the New Orleans Pelicans, Toronto Raptors, New York Knicks and Golden State Warriors will be watching this situation closely. It would make perfect sense for the Warriors to try and bring in Giannis. They are in a position where they need to do whatever possible to get the most out of Steph Curry's remaining prime. In fact, the Warriors have also been linked with a potential move for Butler, another guy who would make them championship contenders. Then there have been suggestions that the Heat could potentially make another play for Damian Lillard, who they failed to bring in last summer as he ended up in Milwaukee. Thus, NBA fans could witness one of the most exciting games of trade dominoes in the near future, with the future of some of basketball's biggest stars up in the air. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Antetokounmpo? Leave your opinion in the comments.